roots in a name. Winona Ryder was born Winona Laura Horowitz to communal hippie parents in Winona, Minnesota. So I kind of know where she got her name from. After suffering abuse from school friends due to her unconventional family and tiny stature, Winona was homeschooled. Her parents enrolled her in drama classes and she thrived, soon auditioning for roles, and at age 14 she secured her first agent. She made her screen debut in 1986 in the film Lucas, which starred a cast of soon-to-be huge names. Oh, and where did Ryder come from? Well, when asked how she wanted her name to appear on her first credit roll, one of Mitch Ryder's songs was playing on the radio at the time, and the rest is history. Despite her early success, Winona remained down to earth, never interested in how the public perceived her.
I don't really think that I have that image when people meet me. They may have it before they meet me. I don't know. I don't consider myself a big star. I mean, when people meet me, I'm Winona, and they can judge me however they're going to judge me. I can't control that at all.
Winona found her niche in acting and in playing outcast but cool characters in offbeat 80s films. She played a teen goth ashamed of her yuppie parents in Beetlejuice, the only non-Heather in Heathers, and significantly was cast in Tim Burton's Edward Scissorhands opposite leading man Johnny Depp. Art imitated life when the pair started seeing each other, and it wasn't long before they were engaged. During this time, Winona accepted the role of conservative Charlotte Flax in Mermaids, opposite a then 9-year-old Christina Ricci and on-screen mum Cher. Winona really connected with the role.
Well, I think Winona Ryder a couple years ago was Charlotte in a way. I think I've hopefully gone over the hump of what Charlotte is struggling to get over in the movie, which is the inconsistency and the constant guilt and obsession and all that, and just feeling like everything you do is wrong.
Riding the success of Mermaids, Winona was looking for roles where she would be taken seriously as an actress, capable of taking on more challenging roles than the disaffected teen. Johnny Depp and Winona split during this time, which put an end to the Hollywood fairy tale, with whispers of the intense media scrutiny that plagued their relationship being to blame. Though privately devastated, Winona threw herself into her work, continuing her search for the perfect role. She was surprised and elated when she was cast in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula.
At the end of the meeting, I just handed him the script and left. And then 3 days later, around 3 days later, got a call saying he wanted to do it. I didn't expect him to even read it, so I was pretty surprised.
Winona went from one huge director to another. She was cast as a seemingly docile and naive Mae Welland opposite Daniel Day-Lewis in Martin Scorsese's The Age of Innocence, and received her first Academy Award nomination for her efforts. So how did this contemporary young actress find her feet in 19th century New York?
I just did a lot of research, and I worked with wonderful people on etiquette and dialect, and got really into the culture of New York in that time, and obviously Martin Scorsese helped me enormously.
However, she did feel the restrictions of her role and her place as a character in the 19th century.
To express yourself at all, not even just sexually, but just in general, honestly, you'd be a freak, you know, because you just didn't do that. It was not allowed. It was not socially correct to express yourself. So as an actress, as someone who does that for a living, expresses myself for a living, it was a kind of a big challenge.
Winona spread her wings and proved she could play the exact opposite when she took on the coveted role of Jo March and won her second Oscar nomination for her efforts in Gillian Armstrong's film adaptation of Little Women. Winona loved the chance to play the tempestuous tomboy Jo.
The awkward adolescent stage, which is what Little Women really explores, which I think is really great. And it shows the feelings of, it shows women expressing themselves in a time where women weren't really supposed to express themselves.
Easily floating between one genre and another, Winona relished the chance to be involved in Alien Resurrection.
people don't think of me for roles like this, I think because of the roles I've done in the past, and also my size and my inability to, carry a gun and all that. Contrary to popular belief, I'm like a huge science fiction fan. I was about 9 years old when I saw the first one, and it was the first time you see the woman survive. Women never survive in science fiction movies. Or they're getting rescued by a man, and so that was a huge deal for me.
Winona kept working. She found many fans as a disaffected young adult in the indie flick Reality Bites, and traded her waifish grunge look for puritanical adultery, hair extensions, and another turn with Daniel Day-Lewis in the 1996 adaptation of The Crucible. Winona loved the contradictions of her lead role as Abigail Williams.
I've heard her called the villain of the play or movie, and I've heard her be called the victim.
Winona continued to search for fulfilling and challenging roles. And in 1999, she not only starred in, but executive produced Girl Interrupted. But in 2001, she made headlines for all the wrong reasons, when she was arrested for inexplicably shoplifting up to $5,000 worth of merchandise from Saks in Beverly Hills. She was also charged with possession of painkillers without a prescription. Winona blamed the incident on being affected by painkillers for the broken arm she had sustained during the production of Adam Sandler's Mr. Deeds. If her career took a dive because of the incident, or whether Winona decided to keep a low profile, we will never know. But she appeared in only minor roles in a handful of films during this time. Winona is back though, appearing with Vince Vaughn in the riotous comedy The Dilemma, and as an ageing ballerina opposite Natalie Portman in Darren Aronofsky's Black Swan, which Winona admits has restored her faith in Hollywood. So what was it about this cameo role that attracted her to it?
Darren Aronofsky, the role, which is amazing. The idea of working with Natalie, and her sort of in the movie, she's sort of the ingenue who replaces me, who's the aging Margot Channing ballerina who's spiraling out of control because she's been replaced. It was a really, really wonderful part for me to play, but it really is Natalie's movie.
I don't think there's anyone who hasn't heard the name Winona Ryder, and whether they know it for her stellar career or for the scandal attached to it, there's no denying that she's been one of the most prevalent actresses over the past few decades. And now that she's in her 40s and making a big comeback, I can't wait to see what choices she makes next. Stay tuned to Star Picks for all of the movies you know and the actors you love. Broadcasting glorious high definition with 5.1 surround sound where available. For more of the best in entertainment news, check out your Movie Network channels. It's all together better, on screen and at mnc.tv.